Enthrose Campbell, Director of Production at the Jamaica Information Service, directly responsible for the radio, television and computer services departments. She's also the GIS representative on an interministerial committee of the Office of the Prime Minister.
¿Cómo te llamas?
A trained Spanish teacher and translator who has provided more than 2 decades of service in the public sector. This extraordinary civil servant received national recognition in 2013 for her outstanding performance.
Our Civil Servant of the Year 2013, Enthrose Campbell.
As Civil Servant of the Year, I worked on 4 projects. I did 4 projects because I really wanted to make a significant impact. I think with one project I might not have touched the number of lives that I managed to touch. My first project was teaching Spanish to my alma mater, St. Andrew Technical High School. I worked with some 5th formers, 15 of them in fact, who were doing CXC Spanish, and I worked at the oral because, you know, persons are so scared of orals. Por ejemplo, Kingston está lejos de Montego Bay. St. Andrew está cerca de Kingston.
Her enthusiasm showed us that the inclusion would have been good. The students would have related well with her personality, because that's very important. And so we just went with it, because we knew that we must achieve something good from that venture.
The class with Miss Campbell has been fun since the day. I've been learning a lot.
She teaches us well and she helps us to read. I've learned how to pronounce my word properly. I love the class.
Students also got a chance to learn important values and attitudes.
Then I moved on to Jamaica Customs.
40 hours of Spanish tutorials to over 20 customs officers, all in a bid to equip this special group with a second language so they will be adequately prepared to operate in a global environment.
Jugamos, ¿comprenden? Por ejemplo, jugar fútbol o jugar tenis o jugar netball.
Well, I couldn't allow this opportunity to pass because it is something that the department really needed, and once the opportunity presented itself, I quickly embraced it.
Well, I signed up for this course because in customs you interact with different persons at different points.
Before I started, I had problems reading the invoices from the Spanish territories, but now I'll be able to understand what they're saying. So it helps me on the job.
Señorita Campbell, te damos este regalo en el nombre de los estudiantes de la Agencia de las Aduanas de Jamaica. Disfrutes.
The second project undertaken by the 2013 Civil Servant of the Year showcased excellent public sector workers who are making their mark in the service of their country. Among them, the 3 nominees for the 2013 Civil Servant of the Year.
So I joined with my television department, thanks to them, and the editorial department and radio, and we did some features, print, television and radio, showcasing the good work of some of our civil servants.
The features were mounted on the JIS website, carried on radio programs, and aired on the agency's flagship television program, Jamaica Magazine, as well as mainstream print media.
A lot of people did not know that civil servants work so hard. So we managed to showcase that. People have called in to say, boy, you know, I didn't know that we had this department. I didn't know they did these things. So it was, I think it was a welcomed idea by the participants themselves and people who have watched and have read about these civil servants who are doing a very good job.
With public sector workers devoting much of their attention to keeping the wheels of government turning, the goal of the empowerment session was to commend them for their dedication to the job while encouraging them to strive for even greater heights.
Today we gather as colleagues to sharpen each other as iron sharpeneth iron. You know, today we are here to say, yes, we are doing well, but we should never sit on our laurels.
Approximately 100 persons from different ministries, departments and agencies of government attended the function, which was held at the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica's auditorium in July. Guest speaker Dr. Nsambe Jaja challenged public sector workers to feed on the positive things of life to stay energized for life's challenges.
You cannot feed on bad food and be well. If you feed on junk food, you are going to get sick and you're going to spend most of your money going to the doctor.
There was also some advice for public sector leaders.
Transformational leaders, you need to stand your ground and uphold the standards of the organization, because it is not a party that we are having. You can't be so caring for the people that you lose sight of the standards and you lose sight of the outputs. You have to hold on the standard, yeah? And you have to hold them faithful and accountable, because the tail will wag the dog.
And so civil servants left the function feeling renewed, refreshed and revitalized to boost productivity levels as they implement policies and execute programs to keep the country running.
My final project, and I think the most impacting of all the projects, was the cafe in Tradeways.
This project had its genesis in a conversation with Pastor Courtney Lynn of Treadways Gospel Assembly in Linstead, St. Catherine. He asked Ms. Campbell to offer resume writing tips to young people in the community. But being a firm believer in the adage, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime, she decided to give the young people the tools to help themselves, their own internet cafe, right there at the Treadways Gospel Assembly, so they would have more access to information. The cafe, which was officially opened on September 27, boasts 4 computers, 2 printers, desks, chairs, and internet access. One printer was donated by Andrew Nooks of Open Wave Information Security, while Digicel donated the other printer, computers, and free internet access for 3 months.
And when she contacted us for assistance, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it was a no-brainer. Of course we're going to come on board. We need to have internet in every nook and cranny of Jamaica.
Science and Technology Minister Philip Paulwell endorsed the initiative, adding that it fit in well with government's mandate to make the internet more accessible to Jamaicans. Minister Paulwell pledged to expand the project through the Community Access Point program, which is funded by the Universal Service Fund.
What I will say to Enthrose, let us see how Treadways Gospel Assembly pursues this matter, this facility. In 2 months' time, we're giving you a commitment. If Elder Lynn and your team, if you have space, because we're going to need a space, then I will commit to match whatever Digicel has done and give you 2 years internet service free of cost.
And the beneficiaries, well, they were elated.
We will use this internet cafe to empower us. We will use it to make our lives better.
I want to be seen as a person who impacted lives, because it's not about me, it's about the people I was able to help. I was able to help some people from St. Andrew Technical, some customs officers, some persons in Tradeways. That for me is so important. I was able to showcase to Jamaica that, hello, civil servants are important.
And her advice to civil servants:
always just bloom where you're planted, because you don't know when you're going to be called upon to move somewhere else. If you're not fit, you can't move. If you don't show yourself as a good person who can do the work, you are not going to be called. And it's really a good opportunity to be Civil Servant of the Year. I was just so happy that I was chosen. And to you, the incoming Civil Servant of the Year, use this position, use this award to impact as many lives as you can. Be a good example. Choose a project that is near and dear to your heart, and in that way, you'll be able to work on it with all your ability, everything you have, and all the very best.
Enthrose Campbell, Director of Production at the Jamaica Information Service, Civil Servant of the Year 2013, transforming and renewing for a better tomorrow.